Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek of It. I am Penj and welcome back to Software Inc. So at the end of the last part, if you got that far, I was musing over how long we were going to play Software Inc. for and what we wanted to achieve and what the kind of goals were. And I think possibly we've got another couple of parts in it yet. And that is because I think we need to try this out. We need to try out project management. Now I do have something to admit. I'm going to hold my hands up and admit this. I came into this and I loaded this exact bit and I did some of the project management stuff on my own whilst not recording it because, as with other things in Software Inc., it's quite complicated. Because it's so detailed and so sort of micromanagey, it was quite complicated to understand. There's a bus at 5:10 in the morning. You can tell this isn't set in the UK. Wow, hey, good job, bus company. So it's complicated. As with many other things in Software Inc., it's complex. So I came in and I had a little look and I had a little sort of dabble with it. I think I kind of got it right, although I'm not entirely sure it was done as well as it could have been. So we'll give it a go. If it works, maybe we'll come back for another part. But I think I'm getting to the end of the series. I think I'm not enjoying it, but I think this is a game that would probably suit me sitting nice and quietly, not chatting away, not sort of doing commentary, so I can understand all the tutorials and I can consider carefully each decision I make and the different software bits and bobs that I'm doing. So I think maybe this part or next part we will call it a day and we'll finish. But that's not now though, however. We do have some stuff to do. So, project management allows a leader to take over the development cycle, and they do kind of all of the stuff. Now, I do need to make sure that we do we end the marketing for Game Engine Geek, because it's not really done that particularly well, has it? It's not done very well at all. So I think what we need, to possibly end the marketing for that, because whatever, it's fine. Let's just stop that. Let's free up the marketing, guys. Let's get someone to come in. In fact, let's go a courier at the end of the day to pick up all those boxes, because we have an awful lot of space on the pallets. It's not like we're full. We've got 2 pallets and they can each hold 27 little sort of crates of discs or whatever. So that should be fine. So what we need to do is, if we want to do this project management thingamabob, we need to hire ourselves a lead. There we go. In fact, lead has come up. So let's give them $6,000. Yes, because you are going to be the very bestest of all the leaders. Right. I want all that stuff. Whack that to the top, $8,000. Begin looking. Okay, pop the skill down. Judy Huff, 24 years old. Very good at leading. Very good at leading. The only thing is, because she's leading lots of people, the thing here is quite difficult to determine. She's very good with the designers and the programmers. What about marketing? Good with the marketers. There's no support. What about the artists? And great with the artists. Okay, Judy Huff, you are hired. Come in, Judy Huff. Come in and do your stuff. And don't get in a huff. Haha, because of the name. Never mind. Right, everyone comes in. This is very good. Lots of people. I like the way they car share. That's jolly good. Well done, car sharing, folks. So, and another car coming in. Yay. One thing I did think to check was, adjust your times, please, because you're all going home a little bit early and leaving the poor marketing people here on their own for an hour, which is a little bit unfair, given that those guys probably need to do the least work, really. In fact, look, they've gone to their desk and they've already nodded off, so that's good. So right now, I don't think we have anything particularly to do. Here comes the cleaner, though. Hello, cleaner. You've got some stuff to do. Actually, look at this. The floor is grim. The floor is very grim. I think we need to do some contract work for today, because I don't think Ms. Huff will start today. I don't think so. Let's check, possibly. Where is she? So Judy Huff. Oh, right, yeah, we definitely want to change this. So change employee role. She is a lead, obviously. And switch team. Now, this was one thing that I had to do. I had to make a team and call it leader or leaders. Marketing, programming, leaders. Yeah, leaders. That'll do. And then I put her, not in the art team, because that is a bit weird. I put her into the leaders team, because it seemed to me that she needed to be a different team. I can't quite remember exactly why now. Oh, and I've just got rid of the thing that I wanted. No, not hiring someone. Is she here? Is she actually on site? Can we follow her? Or is she not here? So let's have a look. Where is she? Can we find her? No, I don't. Can we find her? Is there some button that we can press to go to where she is? No, I don't know. I don't know if we can go to where she is, but whatever. Never mind. So let's do a contract. It's only 9 in the morning. I'm sure we can get a little contract work done. Right, that is 15 grand's worth of contract. A designer and a programmer. So that needs to go to the design and the programming teams. That will do just fine. Yeah, accept that work. Good. Got 1,300 from accepting the contract in the first place. They have done that. Let's develop it now. It's in alpha stage. They are working through the code. They're done the code. Right, okay, there we go. Right, promote. Yeah, out of alpha. That's fine. Get the bugs done and get it done before the end of the day. So fix some bugs. What time is it? Let's just wait till it's the end of the day. Might as well get paid properly. Have all the programmers gone now? I think they've all gone home. Yeah, okay, that'll do. And 14 grand. There we go. So we've made some money. So that's not a bad thing. And I just clicked the wrong button. Hurrah. Okay. We still need to send those boxes off just to see if Game Engine Geek can make even the slightest hint of the monies. I don't imagine it can, but never mind. So let's do this. Let's call a courier to come and pick up all those boxes. Do that. Courier's done. Okay, now will we make a profit the next day? Let's fast forward. No, we won't make a profit the next day. 78 grand of sales, 23 grand of it immediately went into distribution. So that's quite expensive. Distribution is expensive. Ouch. Okay, do you know what? I think Game Engine Geek was a little bit of a sort of financial disaster, wasn't it? So let's stop printing Game Engine Geek. Let's just cancel it. Let's just stop it. Call a courier to come and pick up those final boxes. It's fine. There's no marketing left for it. So, yeah, they're doing the audio research thing at the minute. Now, I don't know who does the research. Like, is anyone particularly good at researching? Someone who can do an algorithm? Well, surely the programming team should be pretty good at that. Unless it's them and the design team. Don't know. Do you want to put the designers in and see if that helps? I've no idea. Should we speed time on a little bit and see if that helps? No, I don't think it is. Okay, never mind. Let's set the designers back out. Okay, so now our new leader person should be in play. 10:46 in the morning, whatever she was called. I've completely forgotten her name. Judy Huff. Ms. Huff should be around somewhere in the building. So we need to now make her the lead. So here we go. Project management. This is where it gets a little bit complicated. So we go to project management. It says, do you want to do the tutorial? I think that's probably a good idea because it's very complicated. So project management lets you delegate a release cycle to a leader in your company so they control everything from creating a design to supporting the product once it's released. A project management team needs a leader. The leader will dedicate all his or her time to keeping the project running, so it might be worthwhile to keep the leader in his or her own team. So that's why we created the leader team, because then they just sat there doing, that's it. They're just in one team. I mean, we could have in fact not called them leader. We could have called them Ms. Huff or whatever. Start by selecting a leader to run the project. So let's do that, Ms. Huff. And let's give it a name. Let's call it Project Cash, please. Project Cash, please. And there we go. Right, continue. Now look through each of the options to control how the project should be handled. You can hover over each label to get a detailed description. Okay, so the design teams are not in core, they're in design. The development teams are in programming. The secondary development teams are also in programming because we don't have one. The support teams, you'd never guess where they are. They're in programming. Marketing and marketing do the pre and post. Source control, we've got on server 0, which I possibly should rename. Server, we'll also use that. And then we get a list of ticky boxes and sliders and things. So development time. Now, when I was playing with this earlier, and I'm very sorry I went behind your backs and played this all on my lonesome, but I did this on 100% and they came up with some really rubbishy software. So I would rather they spent their time making stuff. So let's have 170% development time. Let's make it really good software. If we're going to release something, let's do it properly. We want to hype it. We want to auto-develop stuff. So activate this to make the leader come up with new products based on the last product released. Now, maybe we want to turn that off because I had a problem when I was mucking about with it that she kept trying to create software that I hadn't told her to do. So she was going, hey, I want to do the thing. I don't mind designing the software in the software developer thing. I just can't be bothered with all the other stuff. So let's turn that off. Only sequels is obviously fairly obvious. It says, yes, I will only work on a sequel or I will make new stuff. So let's turn that off. Single IP is whether you should stick to one IP, but we're not going to do that. Use own licenses, no. Post-marketing, handle marketing. Let the project manager handle post-marketing and setting the budget. Yes, please. I want you to do all of the stuff. This is the only bit which confused me. This baffled me. So, physical copies. The amount of physical copies will be ordered for sale on release of each product developed. So this amount. Add percentage to the end of the number to order a percentage of the product's followers. And then print job. Set this number above 0 to automatically queue a printing job for each project, which prints the assigned amount of copies when a project hits the beta phase. Add percentage at the end of the number to print a percentage of the project's followers. So if the project has 100 followers and we put 75%, it will print 75 copies. Is that right? Is that what I'm thinking? So if we say, let's print 80% worth of print job copies, does that make sense? So now we've set that up. So now we've got a project team. Project, whatever they were called, what are they called? Project Cash Please is now sitting there. Now this is where it gets a bit weird. I'm not really sure why it's done like this, but here we go. So open the project management detail window. So let's press that. It opens up a thing just here. You'll notice a new panel. Yes, here, look, and it's got action points. So we can control that thing that we just did. So we can control that from just there, look, which is absolutely fine. There is a thing here for action points. Action points are used to start new projects, complete marketing tasks, and move through the development stages. Some actions cost more points than others. Your leader will continually work to accumulate these points. Leader skill determines how many points can be gathered, and role-specific skills control how quickly they'll be gathered for each category. So yeah, it's not as straightforward as it could be. It's not as straightforward as it could be. So now we've got action points the leader spends to do stuff. You press continue, and then this is where this tutorial vanishes into the ether, which is a bit weird. The bottom panel tells you which projects are currently queued and lets you cancel or take them over, which I don't want to do because what's the point of having a project manager if I'm going to do it? Before the project can begin, you have to assign a design document that sets the standard for future products. Go to the design document. So it's pointing just here. So you go, okay. When you are done making your design, click the project management button instead of the development button to assign your new design to the project queue. So you pick that down here and it goes into this queue. Now this is where that tutorial kind of just ends, so that's not so bad. So what do we want to develop? A few messages came up here, I believe, saying, people have noticed you've not done a 2D editor in a while, or a CMS in a while, so why don't we go through and do a CMS, a financial CMS, with all these whizzy things in it like that. More than a year it's going to take, but if we assign that to our person, our management team, that should be fine. So yeah, let's take out of core. Let's set that team to, well, it's going to be project managed, so it doesn't really matter particularly. All, that'll do, whatever, I'm not bothered. So let's call it, what was the other one called? Was it called Finance Geek? I can't remember now. Finance Geek, yeah, so now should we make Finance Geek Pro? Yes, a 2D editor. Let's pick ourselves now this one as well. Do we want to pick more than one? No, so this is where we can only pick one thing. So license, have we already got one that's licensed? Yeah, that one, whatever that is. What are you? Vector Premium. So yeah, Vector Premium 7, financial, an original IP. No, it's a sequel to Finance Geek. That's good. Source control management on there. We won't make it 160, we'll make it 158.99. Splendid. We've got all these things in. So the pink boxes show what Finance Geek had. So now we're adding all these extra bits in. So it's going to take 2 years. Am I going to be able to survive for 2 years? I don't think I'll survive for 2 years on the money I've got. Maybe we need to chop some of these things out, possibly. Maybe we do that. Expected interest 50%. More than a year. Oh, dearie me. Okay, maybe we don't do Finance Geek. That takes quite a long time. Okay, maybe we don't do that. Maybe we do a 2D editor. Did we do that before? Yeah, maybe we do PhotoGeek. What made me the most money? PhotoGeek. Yeah. Okay, so PhotoGeek. Let's make a new... Let's not call it that then. Let's call it PhotoGeek Pro. Category is default. It's not an original IP. It's a successor to that one. Yep, all that bump. Right, operating systems. Now I know we can pick lots of these. Let's just slap them all in. Splendid. Okay, so now we want to put advanced brushes in to up the expected interest to 100%. It's going to take more than a year for us to develop this. So hopefully our money will hold. We might have to try and make some money somehow, because we're just going to lose the money all the way by paying wages and everything. So now we've got all that sorted. That's all sorted. It's on all those operating systems. There are no dependencies. 2D editor, advanced brushes. These things unlock, next year. They unlock next year. Do you know what? Never mind. Now we can assign it to this. So project management. Click here to assign this project to a project management task. Let's send it to Project Cash, please. And now Project Cash, please has got PhotoGeek Pro in its queue. So now in theory, I can start the clock running. So the programmers, some inventory broke. Okie dokie, fine. Let's just call maintenance people out. Do you know what as well? While you're here, call the IT support people to get them to go and do a little sort of check on all the computers, please. So as you can see, as time goes on, they are acquiring action points. Now, I don't understand the spending of action points. I don't know what they spend them on. I don't really understand it. But at some point, as you can see, they're not designing or developing anything. The leader is currently busy gaining action points. However, I also think the leader has just gone home. You need to work a bit later, madam. Thank you very much. So, yeah, let's hurry time on. Let's just get on with it. Let's get the next day in. If you would be so kind. Thank you very much. Okay, so yeah, there you go. It's been a while since you released a product of type 2D editor, and your fans are noticing. Yes, indeed they are. So we made 104 grand, actually. And we lost 15 grand because of various... Well, we bought some licenses yesterday. We might have been okay. Oh, and there were repairs and such like going on. So, yeah, now most of our money is going on the wage. Most of the money is going on wages, which is not ideal. But now we should, if we click here in options, these design things should be totaling up. So marketing, they're absolutely fine. They're ready to do some marketing. I think what happens is when this blue thing gets to 2 dots... when it gets to 2 action points, they can actually start doing some development work, I think. So when that fills in, ta-da! Now they've got enough action points to design. They can design PhotoGeek Pro. So now the designers who are over here start really, really, really designing an awful lot. And people are stressed and blah, blah, blah. Yes, well, get over it, please. So, yeah, lots of people are now doing work. The design things will come up. The developing points are going up. So they've done the design, look. They've done the design phase. They are now developing PhotoGeek Pro. Due for release when? That's an 89. Is that November 89? November 1989. Oh, I hope we remain solvent by then. Loads of employees have just gone on holiday. Well, that's not very good, is it? So, yeah, we're going to have to hang around until 1989. I think what we might have to do is, possibly, let's speed that on a little bit. 7 employees went on vacation. Okay, maybe not this month either. Maybe in September, when the next month has happened, maybe we will go through and do ourselves a little contract or two just to keep some money, because we are going to lose an awful lot of money. We are going to lose so much money. I don't know if we can survive a year losing all that money. Yeah, look, we're paying in quite a lot of cash in wages. That's a bad thing. We're still researching this audio tool. It'd be quite cool if we could get our hands on that. Okay, contract. Game assets are just art units. Yeah, well, let's take that on board. Let's not assign that to that. Let's assign you to the art guys, because you're probably not doing much at the minute, art guys. Accept that work. Yes. So we get 1.5 grand from just doing the contract, and they can fly through, and they're going to be finished in a day. 1 and nearly finished. 1.97. Let's just hurry time on a little tiny bit more. There we go. Right. Promote. Yes. And game assets. There's nothing to do. Yes. Oh, hang on a minute. There. There's no delay as such, is there? No bugs to fix. Release. 10 grand right there. Okay, that's what we might have to keep doing. So I might have to keep doing game assets. So I think we could probably get that done by the end of the day, I would have thought. Oh no, that's a little bit more. That's 3.02 units. So we might do it. We might do it. No, they've gone home. We're just shy of completing it. But never mind. At least that's something we can do. Okay, some inventory broke. Needs maintaining. Call maintenance. Yeah, because, I like throwing money away. It's fine. Okay, yeah, so that can trundle on. That can sit there. Right, that's done. Promote. Yes. Let it tick through the beta phase, even though there's no point. A delay for no reason, because all it is game assets. So come on. Come on, hurry up. Let me come out of this, please. Anytime. As soon as I go to press this button, it's going to appear, isn't it? There you go. Release! And another 15 grand. But that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to keep doing game assets. Right, that's 18 grand. They want mediocre. Yeah, all right, cool. Rock on. Let's go for it. Let's get 18 grand out. Just to see if it at least offsets some of the damage. Because we're losing 29 grand. But yeah, it could be 58 grand. So it could be a lot worse. And meanwhile, they're still developing this. So it's still November 89. So it's still over a year. So what I'm going to have to do is just do this stuff constantly and just try and keep the company afloat whilst we work on that thing and hope it's amazing. So yes, let's do that. I shall keep doing this, and then we shall just keep doing contracts, getting money and hoping that we don't go bankrupt until we come to November 1989 when, whatever it was, Project Cash Please will have PhotoGeek Pro ready for release. Okay, right. Another company has finished researching audio compression before me. They got there first, so I will not be able to do anything with that in order to patent it and do all that stuff. So if we ever need whatever that is, we are now going to have to pay a license for it possibly, or maybe give a percentage or something like that, which is a shame, but never mind. So yep, still cracking on, still getting on with this stuff. Promote that because that's now finished. So yep, there we go. Still heading toward November 1989 for our release. Okay, so it's getting critical. Money is running out. We've got 351 grand pretty much. However, tomorrow is the release day, which is good. Now, I stopped using the art people to do art projects because I noticed this. So when you go into the project management bit, there is an information button. Just hit and it shows you the project details. So we started in June 88 and we've got 8 out of 3 programmers, but 0 out of 2 recommended artists. Now, I don't know if that's just because the artists have finished, they've done their art bit and they go away, but I can't see anywhere up here where we specify art. I just can't see where it is, unless it's in the development teams. And I put them in, but it didn't seem to make any difference at all. It did not assign artists into it. It didn't go 2 out of 2. So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be a problem. So have we got no artists at all working on this? Because that's probably going to be a disaster. So, yeah, we did use the art guys to do some quite big projects, somewhere like 100 grand and 80 grand and stuff. So if it wasn't for them doing that, we would have gone bankrupt. We would have gone under, which is a shame. We don't want that to happen. So here we go. This thing should be done next month. Consumer reach, 2.5 million people. The only thing I don't know is, obviously it says estimated code units, 14.36, estimated art units, 4.64. I cannot find anywhere where it tells me what it currently is at. I've got no idea. I really don't know what it's at the minute. I'm not sure. So let's run through. We'll have to run through to the next day and hope that they release it on time and that it's got art stuff. So 276 grand. People have called in sick. That's probably not helpful. Lots of stuff going on. Okay, now how do you release this? When do you release this? Because we need it kind of done now. Oh, right. There's big boxes full of stuff. What's that? What is this? Currently used by nobody. PhotoGeek Pro. Hang on, what? Hang on. What? There's loads of PhotoGeek Pro ready. That's what I'm developing, isn't it? Have you started doing it? Are you going to release it today then? Okay. Well, let's call a courier. Let's call a courier to come and pick up all that because we won't be able to have all those boxes soon. Okay. Is it going to go live at any point? Do I need to make this go live? Oh, God, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. How? They're still developing it and it's November 1989. I don't understand. I've just took away a load of boxes of it, which I don't get. So they've not released it, yet we're able to ship the product? I really don't understand. It's November 1989. Next release, November 1989. Can we release the software? I'm really confused. I don't understand. Okay. So we've made... Oh. The project management team, Project Cash Please, just released the default 2D editor PhotoGeek. It's been a while since an audio tool. Okay. So they must have released it right at the end of the day, which is a little bit irritating. Right, okay, yes, accept all their crippling demands. Okay, so it made 651 grand. Phew. 200 grand in distribution. That's very expensive. It's very, very expensive. We spend a third of the profit we make on distributing the thing in the first place. So, okay. So now I'd expect there to be more boxes on here. Why are there not more boxes? Why are there not more crates? Do I need to go in and tell them to start printing PhotoGeek Pro? Start printing. In storage 1000 per limit. There's no deadline. Printing capacity. So in stock, in storage per month 18,000. Oh no, it is doing it. It just took a while for it to appear. Okay, so now they're doing nothing. Okay, so that seemed to have worked. That seemed to have worked. That's jolly exciting. Okay, we had a bit of success. Huzzah! Okay, and a product has been reviewed. Review of PhotoGeek Pro. They released it. We don't know who the Geek Cupboard even is, and they are pretty new in the graphic scene. I guess PhotoGeek Pro is okay. It's a very complex piece of craftsmanship, and it runs very smooth. There's almost no art to speak of, and it's really poor. It will be competing with Final Suite 9. Oh, brilliant. It's really poor? You made me some mediocre software. You made me some mediocre software. Oh, well, isn't that brilliant? Thanks very much. Okay, yeah, I'd rather not have mediocre software, to be honest, but okay, fine. So how can I find out what the bits were? What was the stuff like? Like, what was the numbers? The units that we did on it? No, it doesn't tell us that though once it's done. Okay, so we've made some profit. We've sold some, we've refunded them. We've got some in stock, we've got some in storage. So now do we need to work on another thing and hope that tides us over? I rather suspect that is what we might need to do. However, there is a thing here as well. I'm going to have a look at this because I didn't look at this last time because it was confusing. And I thought, I don't want to cover that now. So stocks. Stocks are a thing. I would love to begin the stocks tutorial because stocks are confusing at the best of times. So, in the upper right corner of the company window, you will see a list of stocks. Okay, yes, they all say 240k, except the top one, which was 925 and has my name by it. The first stock in the list is the company's own share, which you can buy if you've bought all other stocks in the list. Okay, you have two options when you buy a company's main share. A company, that's my stocks though. Can I not buy other people's stocks? Okay. You can buy them out or you can make them a subsidiary. Buying out a company will give you their intellectual property and their patents. Making them a subsidiary will allow them to continue and share patents, distribution platforms and IP with you, but you can deposit and withdraw money from them and close them at any time. Right, okay. When a company goes bankrupt, all its assets go to the majority shareholder. Okay. When you own stock in another company, that company will pay dividends to you each month, which is a percentage you own in the company of their surplus for that month divided by 24. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? They pay you dividends. I get that. That's a stock thing paying you money. I get that. The percentage you own in the company, so 20%, of their surplus for that month divided by 24. That sounds incredibly elaborate. Okay. You will also have to pay dividends to companies that own stock in your company, but it is an easy way to loan money. Alternative, you can buy the stock when it's cheap and sell it when it's high by trying to predict. Okay, you can see what stocks a company owns in the bottom left corner. So I own that, I think. Possibly. I'm not entirely sure. In the bottom middle window, you can see the company's patents. If you develop products with any of the features listed, you will have to pay royalties to the company out of its profit. Out of its profit? If you develop products with any of the features listed, you will have to pay royalties to this company out of its profit. Out of the product's profit, not the company's profit. Okay. If you own stocks in the company or the company is a subsidiary, royalties do not apply. Okay, well, I can't see how to buy any other sort of stocks and shares at the minute. So I think we have to buy our own stuff. However, that's a bit risky because we've only got 657 grand. So I think buying 240 grand's worth of shares is probably going to be a bad thing. Okay, so we've done that. We've now got that going. So let's spin this through to the next day. Let's go through to the next day. They're now going to be supporting... Oh, do you know what? Do you know what? Active support for Game Engine. Get 3 people use it. Cancel support. All the things are verified and fixed and whatever. Yes, cancel support for that, please. Now nobody is doing anything. Hurrah! Splendid. Okay, can we take on a contract? 10 months, 132 grand. Good grief, that's rather good. What about logistics application? We need 3.25 code units and 0.82 art units, and we get 75 grand. Okay, well, let's put that with the artists and the programmers, Because I think that's entirely plausible. Yeah, let's get that done. Yes, please. 2 grand from accepting the contract in the first place. Let's get that done. So they're waiting for something. I don't know what they're waiting for. What are you waiting for exactly? Assign design? Do you need the design people in there as well? Oh, right, okay, yes. You need a full sort of design document workup thingamabob. Okay, so let's see then. Now we haul a courier out to pick up those boxes. Pick those up. And fast forward time. Let's see how much money we make tomorrow. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Right. Okay. Now they want audio tools. So the people are saying, where's your audio tools? 780 grand. That's quite a lot of money. That's rather exciting. Oh, and a new research thing has appeared. A new research thing has appeared. Okay. So how much money does that give us compared to... What was I going to look at? I was going to look at something then that was really, really good. Oh, that was it. How much money has that made? So, marketing prominent for this, and it's made 708 grand, 548 in the past month. Is that the right one? PhotoGeek Pro has sold an awful lot of stuff. 548 in the past month. Well, I beg to differ because we had sales of 780, so I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know where those numbers are coming from. But okay, I think possibly. Yeah, okay, so it's still printing some out, so that's a good thing. They can all work on this city fan thing over here, which is now good. Yep, develop, jolly good. Zoom it along a bit, please. Do the work, get the art, get the code. That should be fairly simple. I think we'll be able to do it with a month to spare, I'd rather suspect. The art is pretty much there. They're going to not quite finish the art. 0.1 art unit left. How very irritating. Come on, dudes. Right, speed it on to the next day. We made a little bit of a loss. Only 138 grand in sales. Okay. Let's call the courier to pick up all that stuff. Maybe it's because they don't have enough stuff to actually sell. I don't know. Oh, some inventory broke. Okay, call maintenance. And let's just get this thing done then. Let's just speed that on. Come on, get the coding done, programming people. There's 3 of you. There should be more than 3, actually. There should be lots of you doing the programming. And there. Fine. Promote. Yes. Do get rid of some bugs for a bit. Fix like 10 bugs or something. There we go. And release. And we got 63 grand. So that's quite cool. There we go. Right, let's clear all those messages down. Okay. So there we go. I think that went well. So we've got we're over 1 million again, which is quite nice. We're over 1 million. That's a good thing. We've got a little star at the end there. I don't know what that is. This is the reputation in the software industry. Each star will affect the quality of employee applicants, contracts, deals, and distribution. There's a little star at the end that's gone pink, which is interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'd like to get through to the next day just to see if this actually makes any more money, if PhotoGeek 2 actually produces more profit. So what we'll do is we'll speed through to about now, and we shall call the courier to come and pick up those final boxes. So now I can't fast forward to the next day, so let's hurry on to the next day. Boom, and yes, it has indeed made us some lovely profit. 271 grand. So it's coming down, obviously, because it's been out for quite a few months, but that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Construction has been very expensive. Construction is expensive, everybody. Oh no, that's... What's that? Oh, balance. Oh, that's balance, is it? Oh, construction isn't expensive. Construction apparently is not expensive at all. Okay, what's the pink thing? Sales. Oh, okay. So there we go. There we go. We have got a successful product. I think that's probably our most successful product yet. And it made a 271. Yeah, we've made quite a lot of money. We've made quite a lot of money. Obviously, yesterday's thing was boosted by that contract we did that offset the distribution costs. Because the distribution costs are very, very, very expensive, it seems. It's very expensive. So we've proved that that project management thing works. We looked at shares. And do you know what? I think that's it for now. I think for Software Inc., I am quite happy with leaving it just there. I think we've seen how it works, and as I might have said earlier, I think it's a very good game. It's very enjoyable, and the amount of detail in this game is absolutely, utterly unbelievable. It's possibly a little bit ludicrous. The amount of details. I want you to work on this, but not that, and then we can assign teams, and the stocks and shares and insurance and everything else, and all of the millions and billions of different buttons to press, and all different things all over the place. And I think it is probably better served as a game where I would sit with a nice cup of tea in the quiet and I would just play it on my own. I would just sit and have time to ponder all of the different decisions and all the different buttons and the implications of getting everything. And, you know, maybe I'd sort the teams out better and all that kind of jazz. No, I'm not entirely sure it suits my sort of whiffly commentary. I'm not entirely sure it suits that, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on and you need to think quite a lot. So I do find myself either having to pause it in order to read some of the things, or, you know, try and record the tutorials, and it's not straightforward. It's not as straightforward. And I'm not saying it's not a good game, because it is very good. It's very detailed. It's very in-depth. But yeah, I just think I'm possibly not doing it justice. But at least we know the project management thing works. So we know that it works if you get a good person at the helm. Judy Huff, she's very good. So we could set them doing something else, and we just develop more software stuff as it goes, and we build a bigger thing. The only thing that I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't do was build a canteen, because I like canteens, because I like food. So that was the only thing that I possibly should have done that I didn't do. But do you know what? Never mind. They've got vending machines. They've got a little break room. With a canteen, I'd have to employ a chef, and then, I don't know, people to wash up, presumably. I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know how a canteen would work. But yeah, that's the only thing that possibly I might be a little bit disappointed about, but I think that's absolutely fine. We've gone over 1 million. We've made some profit, and I think under the tutelage of Judy Huff with Pendleton, did I call him, or was he just Penge? He was just Penge, the founder programmer. He's at work doing the programming. I think this place would be okay. I think it's going to be okay, and I think we leave it there. So yeah, apologies if you do really enjoy this series. I just don't think I can take it much further without it being very samey. Without it being very, very samey. The next part would literally be me making some audio software, and then me making some CMS software, and possibly putting some more computers in or something. And I don't know, because if you don't really do anything, and that took a year. That took a year of nothing happening. Me just sitting here doing some contracts occasionally. So yeah, apologies if you do really like this, but you know, we've given it a good go. We've given it a good go, and I did enjoy it, and I may well play it, but not record it, so I can just sit in the quiet and contemplate all the many buttons and all the many options, see how I get on in that way. And in hindsight, from what people have told me, and from looking up at looking at videos and stuff online, it might have been better to make an operating system to start with, rather than whatever I did, which was the CMS, a finance thing. An operating system seems to be a very good thing to start with, because then you can sort of license that off and people buy license fees and it pays lots of money, and it's all rather good. But never mind, we didn't do that. So in hindsight, maybe we could do that again, you know, if I was ever to play this again, because it's in early access, or if we ever watched it, you know, if it ever became upgraded and updated as time passed, maybe we'd come back, maybe we'll revisit it, start again if it's radically changed. But for now, that is it. So if you have enjoyed this video, and indeed this series, then please do leave a like, and also don't forget to subscribe. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time. Zombie, kill it, bash it in the head. How do I pick the chairs up again? I've forgotten. Like that. Oh, good shot, sir. I know your brain's there. Could you... Oh, sorry, I've just stood on your brain. Fuel in the toilet. Yeah. Biofuel, I suppose. Oh, I should not have done that. Go and wrestle the moose. Why not? I don't think I've ever said that before to anyone ever.